Shaun Alexander here. Just ran home from work and it's video time, right after I eat and cool off. So today's topic of discussion is going to be thought. And before I get into that, I would like to say that I've been meaning to share a lot of my thoughts and ideas with, people, whoever's watching this for a while now, but I've just been finding myself giving into excuses like, no one will care, no one will listen, they'll just think I'm crazy, or I'm some idiot. But that's okay, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to do it anyway. Because I've actually found some inspiration from some of the conversations I've been having lately, and from some of the feedback and the likes that people have been giving my statuses. So it has made me realize that there really are some people out there who could benefit from it. Peach. Thought. Thoughts. An extension of consciousness, which is literally the precursor to all that is. Alright, so I have my ear goggles on and I'm ready to explain what the hell I was talking about. But first I'm gonna have to figure out how to get back on the ground in this game. You see I'm stuck in the air, so just give me a moment while I figure that out. Alright, so I figured out how to get back on the ground. Here we go. Got some chickens here. Anyway, so what I was talking about. Basically, in order for anything to become a reality, an actuality, it must first be conceived by thought, some sort of thought form. So, for instance, right now I want to build a house. So there's the thought. There's my intention. I'm going to build a house. So I start building a house. Here we go. This is really simple and stupid, demonstration, but it's like before I take any course of action, whether it be conscious or subconscious, it has to be conceived through the form of thought. So like I'm just laying down these boxes in this pattern or these blocks, and it's a subconscious process. Really, I'm just kind of doing it. All right, back on the ground. There you go. So here we go. One more layer, so I can create a ceiling. Right. So this is all possible because of my thoughts. Which you're probably like, oh well, no shit. But I mean, it's not something we really give much thought to. And I think it's really important. So here we go. My house is finished, and that's all for this little demonstration. The reason I think thought is so important, and bringing awareness to the topic of thought itself is so important, is because it really allows for us to put into perspective how and why we got to where we are today, how and why we created this reality that we exist in on an individual and collective level simultaneously. So this physical world, this reality that we are coexisting in and continually manipulating and reshaping, is the very product and reflection of our thoughts. The only way that we could have gotten to where we are today is through acting on thoughts that we have. And with these thoughts we decide to create and reshape, create wonderfully beautiful things and terribly destructive things, and it's all the byproduct and the reflection of our thoughts. One of the things that we have brought into our reality that I would like for us to remove is this preconceived notion of limitation, where there's only so much we can do, achieve, and know, and that isn't true. Our potential is bound only by our imagination, which in and of itself is infinite and boundless. So our potential is infinite and boundless. The only reason we have limitations, and this very idea of limitation, is because it's what a lot of people think. We're gradually becoming more and more aware of the fact that we can do anything through the expansion of technology, and how it's just getting crazier and faster, and we're capable of doing more and more each passing day as a result of technology, which is the very extension of our thoughts, of our consciousness. Our technology is like this interface that we shape and create and place into the physical world that we can interact with. in such a way that it caters to our thoughts. It makes things simpler, or it makes things easier, more enjoyable, whatever we want it to be. So, if enough of us were to embrace the fact that this notion of limitation, well, it exists and it doesn't. It exists in that we think it does, so we bring it into our reality, but it's illusory, so it's not real. If enough of us come to terms with the fact that we are infinite and our potential is infinite, then we'll just be able to shatter these limitations that we're facing. We'll be able to do whatever we want with this world. We'll be able to shape it, create it into however we see fit, and that opens up an infinite number of doorways for us to reshape this world in just a much better way. We can make this world a much more beautiful place to exist in. Another thing that we have brought into our reality is this idea that we are not in control, that our experience, our lives are determined by the outside world, which also, it is not true. It is, as I've said, our thoughts that create our experience, that create our reality individually and collectively. So long as we're not aware of this, so long as that we don't believe this or accept it, then we'll continue to not be in complete control of our lives, and they'll just be dictated by these fallacious thoughts and ideas that reside in our subconscious mind and manifest themselves in the outside world, in our experience. So I think more and more people should be asking themselves, does the outside world dictate my experience and my existence, or is it my very self, my very thoughts and ideas, my very consciousness, which dictates my experience and is in turn reflected in the outside world? I could go on discussing the topic of thought forever. There's an infinite number of ways I could express my thoughts on the subject, but I'm not going to do that. So that's going to be all for this video. I will be releasing more. If you like this one, please leave a comment, like it, or follow the channel. So yeah, that's it for this video.